All right, welcome in. Welcome back to the BFR Podcast presented by Sports Mockery. My name is Dave. Cover the Bears for SM. Joined by my good friend, Chicago Bears content creator and co-host, Ficky. We got Jack, our producer, on the sticks as well. This is a special one. Round one of the 2025 NFL Draft. A lot of stuff is moving right now. A lot of smoke and mirrors. We're going to see very, very soon who the Bears are going to select. So today, like I said, it's going to be a live stream. We will be just reacting to the pick live. We'll be going a little bit later, seeing if polls, I guess, trades back up to the first or something along those lines, or just to see where the Bears actually pick. Because it can be 5, it can be 15, maybe even 20. I don't know. So I'm super, super excited. I know there's going to be a lot of people coming in and out of the stream. We do have a jersey giveaway for the first round pick. I know I'm giving one. We have our own giveaway at BFR. We'll get to that later. So if you are here for the first time, hit that thumbs up button. We're going to try our best to not spoil it. So if you're watching live on NFL Network, which is what we're doing on YouTube TV, we're going to try not to spoil the Bears pick live. We're going to try to react to that on ESPN, or I'm sorry, on NFL Network. So that's a long-winded opening. But boys, how we feeling, Fick? I'm going to start with you.
Yeah, feeling good. And look, you got plenty of time. Your opening can be about 10 minutes because they're going to run that clock all the way down for Tennessee on this draft, just like how they did with the Bears last year. But look, the time is finally here. It's what we've been waiting for. What's very interesting about this draft, though, is since the calendar year started, this is the first time, I don't know if it's ever a first time in a long time, that every team has their own first-round pick. There has been no trades, no previous trades from the year before where one team's double dipping. So it's interesting now that we see literally 30 minutes, an hour ago, Browns, really all these rumors. Browns are open. We saw earlier with the Bears. The Bears could be possibly trading with Jacksonville at 5, going down to 3 with the Giants, trading back, right? There's a bunch of reports of the Bears trading back. So it's just funny how much movement, and now they're labeling it as, I think Schefter just talked about on ESPN, said this is going to be a chaotic draft. So I'm really excited to see, like, if there's any movement, is a bunch of this just smoke and mirrors and bullshit? It could be that too. Like there could be no trades. That does happen. I will say the past I think 10 years they've averaged 5 trades per first round, I believe. So I do expect to see some sort of movement. It's just kind of odd because we don't really know who, where, when, or why. But that's what makes it fun.
I agree, Jack. Before we kind of hop into some of these hypotheticals here, how are you doing, man? You sound. Well, I'll let you talk. Everyone else doesn't know how you sound, but you sound sick. You sound like you've been through it, man. We know you're a part-timer here.
I feel like I'm cool right now. Like I feel like I have aura pouring. Pause. Yeah, no, I'm really excited. Today's been the past like 30 minutes has felt like calm before the storm, where like I've been sitting around watching TV and like again you hear what Ficky just said. Like there's going to be, I forgot what was the actual word he used. Explosion.
Explosion, yeah, something, right. Some adjective to make it sound like activity is going to happen.
Yeah, but like anyway, so it's been a very exciting. I'm assuming that it is going to be an exciting draft. But yeah, I've been really looking forward to it. Obviously, every single tweet I see, no matter who it's from, I believe it. At least if it's 5 seconds or if it's a few hours, I will believe everything everyone says today and only today. But yeah, man, it's exciting. We're finally back in football. We already have Hall of Fame games announced. We have an NFL draft tonight. Like we're locked in. We're back.
It's a good weekend to be alive for sure. I'll tell you that one. Yeah, this is great. I kind of want to know your guys' thoughts on this, Dave, and then we'll get into how you're doing. But there's a lot of momentum right now. Like I feel like most of my TL from respectable people, Jaguars are going to 2 with the Browns, jumping up from 5 from 2. Thoughts on that? Again, not confirmed yet, because that does implicate what we were expecting, what most people were talking about with the Bears was Bears going to 5 with Jacksonville. So if the Browns go to 5, will the Browns then trade back to 10 with Chicago? Like Browns, they go on full rebuild, or does that kind of cement the 5 being locked in with the Browns if that trade does happen? You, Dave, first. What do you think? Do you think it's dead in the water?
Well, yes. Screw how I'm feeling, right, Fick?
Yeah, for sure.
The draft stuff. Yeah, who cares about me? My bad. Repeat that one more time for me. So you said Cleveland. Yeah, go ahead.
Cleveland Jaguars are at 5,
right?
And Cleveland's at 2. They're saying that they're switching, so then Browns would go to 5.
But I also heard Jacksonville might be trading with Chicago. It is
that's what I'm saying.
Continuously switching.
100%. So I'm saying if the hypothetical is Jacksonville goes to 2, Browns go to 5, do you think polls can still get a trade where basically the Browns go back? They go from 2 to 5 to 10.
Yeah. I think it's possible because they need to do that because of where they're at with Deshaun Watson and his ordeal, right? So I think they need to get a little bit more capital as much as possible because I think they want to take a quarterback, but you don't want to take it at 2, right? You don't want to take it. You probably don't even want to take it at 5. So for me, maybe Jackson Dart at 10 for some reason.
Yeah. If you go back,
Schroeder or Sanders. If he's there at 10, I can see it. That would be if that happens though. What a whirlwind that would be because that's just a crazy amount of trades, right? Just within the first 10 picks.
Yeah,
so
you have 2 and it's
I'm
one
happy.
team.
I want Ashton Gentry, and I guess that's going to get to my next question for you guys. But I want to hear Jack. What are your thoughts? What do you think is more realistic? The Bears move up to 5, like Ficky said, with Jacksonville, or do you think Cleveland potentially trading back twice, one with Jacksonville, the other with Chicago? What's more likely?
To me, moving to 5 makes sense. I think that Poles' cryptic comment about the draft yesterday kind of implies that that's where they're leaning on what they expect or hope to happen, I guess. So moving to 5 would make sense. Obviously, that's something that I would prefer. We talked about this a lot on a previous pod where it was like, I just don't think there's much at 10 that makes my jaw drop in terms of like 10. Like very good players, solid players, they will start. I get it. But like I think within that top 5 specifically, there can be some really good talent. Again, if Jackson Dart goes to 3, then that opens up room. And then we have other people falling. Broncos are pushing to get in the top 10. So then if they get in the top 10, say they get 4, and God only knows what they want or need at 4, then say Abdul falls. It's that kind of stuff where you just don't know. So obviously I'm very, very strong in trading up now. Before I was kind of like, if we trade back, I can live with that.
I remember how much I think we're all like, don't trade up. It is so funny to see the draft, man. How it's today, especially, man. It just got crazy. Maybe even starting last night. It just got real crazy as far as like just projections, what teams were gonna do. My biggest thing though, I'm a little like concerned about here is, you know how like you want something now, right? You want something exciting, the newest MacBook, the newest iPhone. Gentry, I love him. I like him a lot as a player. I think he's one of the best. He's probably top 2 as far as players in this draft, talent-wise. But it's like running back moving up to 5, and you give up one of those second rounders potentially. That hurts my soul a little bit. Now, I think Jacob Infante had a great tweet. Kind of summed up how it feel. First 5 minutes, that capital, that hurts. Then it's like, all right, let me get that jersey, right? It would be excitement. For me, though, I just think realistic team building, because this draft, one of the deepest parts of it is the running back. And I would be excited with like 3 or 4 running backs in this draft. Gentry would be obviously in a tier above everybody else, but it's like to move up for him, it would hurt, right? And then secondly, fuck Mac Eberflus, because if we lose a couple more games, I know people don't want to lose, but it's like, if we lost 2 more games because of his incompetence, I'm not saying player stuff, but just because he didn't call timeout or he just mishandled shit, we would be probably right. 2 or 3 more losses get you in the top 5, I believe.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's hypothetical. We got Roger Goodell here riding a fucking bike on stage.
Bro, I just saw that.
What?
Bro, he does kind of crack me up though. He excites the booze and all.
There's a lot more, dude. There's a lot more.
Oh, okay. They're bringing out the whole.
There are a lot of bikes on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, these
Wisconsin. Lil Wayne.
And Wayne. Okay. All right.
I don't know why. This is maybe a hot take. I kind of like Roger Goodell a little bit. I think he's become more likable.
Yeah,
for sure. Yo, Wayne though, F Wayne, great music, but he's a Packers fan, so we can't rock with him. So that's why he's out there, because he's a big Packers fan.
Dave, can I spin zone your take a little bit?
No,
just like where my brain's
That's a good try though.
I think you need to hear it. Maybe it'll
change your mind. Man. We got time.
For me, I think that like it sucks to give up capital, especially like draft picks, because we kill second rounds, and so it sucks to give it away. However, I think like in my head, value is designed for a reason. Like it's supposed to hurt to get top tier talent. Like if it was easy, then everyone would do it. It's supposed to hurt, but then like I just think he's worth it for a reason. Like he is the second most yards in a single season in FBS history. Like that's a reason to do it, And I don't know. To me, I just think it's because again, it's running back. It is not a quarterback. It's not like it is a So,
Jack, I 100% like the spin zone because here's the thing. I think Poles, and I kind of agree with this. In my opinion, Ryan Poles and even Ben Johnson, I believe this team, I think they believe this roster is better than what even outside people are thinking. Last year we had about, everyone projected the Bears some to even go to the Super Bowl. That didn't work out right. Obviously, Caleb was not ready. Coaching staff was definitely not ready. All these changes in the offseason makes me feel like, especially how Ryan Poles is acting right now about moving up potentially, I think he believes that this roster is a lot closer than maybe even we think as far as really competing. You get Ashton Genty, if everything else works out in the offense, right? The offensive line is great, top 10. You have Caleb Williams takes that huge leap with Ben Johnson. I think Ashton Genty is a generational running back. I think he's probably better than the last 4 drafts. Like, I think he's better than Bijan. I think he's better than Jamar Gibbs. I think he would be an insane weapon. But if everything else clicks on this offense and you add that guy in there, it would just amplify it like tenfold. And so for me, I agree with you. It would be super, super. That's why I'm saying, like, give up the capital, it hurt for 5 minutes. But then you think about the shit that's going to happen, pop off in week 1 or even in training camp, getting to see this guy take the field and just, it would be exciting. And then we would have him for 4 or 5 years on a really cheap deal.
Yep.
It's similar to like Caleb Williams. So
I want to answer a question here from Plastic.
I like that spin zone, Jack.
Yeah, that was a good spin zone. Bring up this question here from Plastic Rocket. Said, when was the last time a team traded up for running back in the first round? Does anyone have a guess?
Was it Gibbs?
No. Yeah, Gibbs. No, they did trade up for Gibbs. They did trade up for Gibbs. You know the one before that? No, yeah, that was.
I don't know if they did. Are you sure they did?
Yeah, they did.
This guy in trivia now.
They traded up for Gibbs. Pretty sure. Gibbs draft. You know when the last one was and who it was done by?
I'm guessing it's going to be.
So they traded. No, this is real off topic. They traded back, bro. My bad.
No, you're good. I remember
I knew there was a trade.
Though. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
what was the question?
Last time a team traded up in the first round for a running back. If you don't know it, it's okay. It was a while back.
Can you give me a hint? Well, it was a while ago.
Weed.
Oh, no, that's not him. I was gonna say Josh Gordon. He's a receiver.
Well, that is Weed, but yeah, wrong position for sure.
Weed.
Anyone? Yeah, big. We got suspended for the weed way back when it was, a big no. Big guy on it.
Was it Jerome Bettis?
1999. By Mike Ditka, head coach of the Saints, gave up a haul for Ricky Williams.
Hey, Titans are on the clock. Ricky Williams. Wow.
Ricky Williams.
Titans on the clock. They selected Ashton Genty.
Yeah, didn't that be something?
Fuck up everybody's mock draft.
Yeah, he gave up.
Can I ask you a question
for that?
Real quick, you guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cam Ward. We have not talked about the quarterback class really at all. What are our thoughts on Cam Ward? Actually, let me ask you this. Would you take him over Caleb Williams? Actually, That's an easy question.
No.
But what are your thoughts on him? I
would probably put him, like, if he was in the same class as last year, I'm probably putting him. It's going to go Caleb, Jaden, Drake, Cam, JJ. So probably 4th. And then I put JJ 5 just because the age, he didn't throw that much. And then Shador would probably be like around Bo Nix. So like 6 or 7.
I don't know why. I understand some of the hate on Sanders. Actually, I don't understand it at all. I think he's a really good prospect. I think he's not like blowing you away in all these other, like, he doesn't have like 1 or 2 insane traits, or he doesn't have an insane arm. He's not tall, but I think he's just like a winner for the most part. Because what he did with Colorado, man, is kind of crazy because he's running for his life. I just think he's getting unnecessary.
I mean, he went into a program that had 1 win the previous year before Dion and all of them, Travis, came from Jackson State, right? And they turned that program around. Now, he only went 13-12 in his career for Colorado, and his offensive line was dog shit. But there is something about, like, being able to come in. Like, this is what's going to happen in the draft. You go to a team where you have to transform it, right? Because normally if you're a quarterback and you're a good one, you don't get the luxury of falling to a decent run organization. Because if you're good, you're going early. So the question is, especially with Shador, I know we were talking about Cam here, and I'd love to get your thoughts too, Jack, but with Shador is he might fall, and then he might fall to a great organization like the Steelers. Like, so it's actually kind of funny, the hate right now, which some of it, like, he's not as physical with the tools, but he is accurate, very decisive. Some of that stuff might actually benefit him because he's going to go to a squad that is in dog shit compared to like some of these other teams, right? Including us when we got like Mitch Trubisky and stuff like that. We were dog shit. That's why we were picking number 3. So, but what's your take, Jack? Do you like Cam Ward? Do you think he's like, where would you expect him to go if it was in last year's draft with Caleb? Like quarterback, like wise, not like what team.
Probably he would go, I would say, after Bo. Because Bo was what? Was 12? He 10 or 12? 12.
I think it was 12 to Saints, right? Because 11 was Las Vegas. We thought they were going to take Bo. I think the Saints traded up, right? God, I always forget these.
Broncos.
Yeah, it was a Broncos. Sorry, not Saints. Sorry.
Yeah.
Broncos traded up. I think it took Bo.
Listen to this. Per Adam Schefter, the Giants offered this year's first, next year's first, and multiple other picks in exchange for the number 1 pick. But the Titans were in love and planned on taking what's likely going to be Cam Ward. The Giants are fucking nuts.
Well, no, you know why they're doing that? Think about it. We were just in this position. You have 2 guys with their jobs on the line. They're doing everything possible. You draft. Look,
you're putting your hands in Cam Ward. I know you guys said you liked him, but it's like that's crazy.
I don't love him,
but their desperation. What else are they going to do? Because if you don't have a quarterback, you don't buy yourself any time. If you end up not doing well this year, but your quarterback looks good, let's say they draft Cam Ward. Even if Cam Ward doesn't look like how Jaden Daniels was this year, but you kind of walk away with like the Caleb Williams vibe. You're like, oh no, he could be a guy we move forward with. That buys them 2 to 3 extra years. At the end of the day, these are humans that also don't want to lose their jobs, so they're gonna do absurd shit. Also, can we talk about? I don't know if you guys saw it, but Joe Shane's son posting about Jackson Dart literally last night. I'm like, bro, that organization is wild. But also, shout out to his son, because on Hard Knocks last year, that was the same guy that said you should take Jaden Daniels. That guy just wins. Right. And they didn't do that. So just thought that was funny. So
did you just see what Clay Matthews did?
No.
He basically said that he basically was up at the mic and he passed the message along. I guess it was from President Trump or something. I don't know if that's accurate, but he said he was passing the message along from him saying that the Bears still suck, and the crowd went crazy, of course.
Of course.
I don't know why. Anyways, but
I mean,
honestly, you got to do that in Green Bay.
You got to.
Yeah,
come on.
Matthews.
They're gonna boo the fuck out of us for everything. Like, as they should. The only team though that gets booed everywhere, every single draft, is the Cowboys. I heard them even on the pre-draft. They got announced for something, and they were getting booed out the stadium. It's so funny. At least we're not that. Like, we're in enemy territory, so of course we're gonna get booed out. But I think that's all part of the game. We love that. We want a rivalry. Hey, can I actually put out this? I found a trade now to kind of compare, like if Ashton Genty hits, because we've talked about this, right? Trading up or back doesn't matter if you get your guy and the guy's good. Doesn't matter what you gave up. It really doesn't, because if you got your guy, you normally come out on the winning end, or the trade ends up being somewhat equal-ish where you're not like super upset about it. Okay. So now this is a Hall of Famer, so it's not a super fair comparison, right? Because we haven't seen Ashton Genty play a lick of football in the NFL. But in 2011, the Falcons traded up from I can't remember what pick, but they traded up to pick 6 with the Browns. They gave up they traded up from 21 to 6, so 15 picks. So they gave up their round 1, 21. And that year, they also gave up their round 2. And that year as well, they gave up their round 4. And then the following year, they gave up their first rounder and also their 4th rounder. So basically, you gave up 5 picks. Those picks equated to Phil Taylor, nothing. Greg Little, nothing. Owen Marichek, never heard of him, nothing. Brandon Weeden, that's who the Browns took. Of course, if it's a Browns quarterback, it's not going to work out. And then that 4th rounder ended up being the Browns traded to Minnesota. And the Falcons got Julio Jones. So you see what I'm saying? Like, there is that situation. Oh, by the way, sorry, I'm pausing because the pick's in. Cameron Ward. There.
Shocker.
You see what I'm saying? Like, uh-oh.
Browns are out at 2.
Oh.
What if it's Chicago trading up for Abdul Carter?
Jacksonville moved up.
There it is.
They did.
I told you
my
this was
God,
happening.
bro. I'll be honest. Who is it for? Abdul?
It's got to be. No.
Gotta be,
Travis.
Travis
Travis.
Hunter, yeah.
Travis.
Oh, yeah, Travis. Sorry. Well,
No, you're good.
Well, I know they want a receiver, but
They do need help on the D-line.
I would take Abdul over Travis Hunter.
No, I'm probably taking Travis just because you're taking.
No, if you're Jacksonville, because you already have what's his face?
Brian Thomas.
He's a dog. I guess if you need a second receiver and you let him play corner too.
Bro, this is crazy. The Browns traded out.
It's basically for next year's first. Obviously, the 2-5 swap.
Next year's first.
Yeah, and then a second as well.
Yep.
5-2.
Next year's
5
first.
2 next year, and then the second as well.
So that Chicago would at least had to either give up both seconds or.
No, because the value of top 5, the points are very heavy. So, like, even moving up one spot, it costs a shit ton.
Heavy compared to 5.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, for sure. 2, the value of 2
the
is
difference
super
has
points.
to be,
Yeah,
okay.
huge. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The first 3 picks are very, very top heavy, right? Because it makes sense. That's where you're finding the top 3 best guys.
So
tell me why the Bears tweeted out a picture of Santos
For the Clay Matthews thing.
yeah.
I did the same thing because I was like,
pick 8.
That's what I said, dude. I was like, are we going
Bro,
to get
okay, I'm calling it right now. Chicago's trading up to 5.
I think so too. I think
Cleveland's
this
not,
trade's gonna
if
get
Cleveland's moving, if Cleveland is willing to move from 2 to 5, they're gonna move from 5 to whatever.
hot. Right, and their haul's gonna be crazy. I just don't know what the goal. If they move from 5 to 10?
They just got a haul. They just got a haul.
Is it Shitter?
No.
They need a quarterback.
They do. No, who? Not the Jags.
No, the Browns, because the Jags are at 2. So now he's saying if Cleveland moves 5 to 10, it just keeps like haul. For what though? A line or something? Like, it wouldn't make sense to me.
Man,
That's crazy. We love it.
Good. Okay, Shefty wasn't lying.
Yeah, I told you. Well, I'm not calling it. Like, I'm saying my Twitter feed was full of a lot of good sources saying this was going to happen. So, and that was just like 5 minutes out, which is wild.
bro.
So,
I wouldn't do that deal. I wouldn't. For Travis Hunter? Fuck out of here. I'm sorry. You do it for a quarterback. You make that type of deal for a quarterback.
I mean,
Unless they believe in Trevor Lawrence, which I guess they do.
Can we talk about Trevor Lawrence? I don't have faith in him.
I still have a little bit. I still absolutely have a little bit.
Like what? Maybe on a face scale of 0 to 10, I'm giving him like a 5, but that's not like promising, right? I'm not like.
That's for a first overall pick, it's tough for sure. But I think.
What'd you say, Dave?
Do you think this ruins? Does this ruin the chances for Ash and Genty?
No,
that's what I was talking about. That's what I was talking about, right? That hypothetical. Yeah. Now that they're back to 5, do they do it again to go back to 10?
That's exactly what I meant, because it's like if they keep moving back, it's like that's tough for a team rebuilding to not take anyone in the top 10 and keep moving out from 2 to 5 to 10. Like, I get that they get picks.
Hey, you know who I'd be sneaky excited about, though, if somehow he falls to us? I know a lot of people. Will Campbell. I keep talking about it, but
you love Will.
That would be so wrong with sweet, dude.
Nothing wrong with it.
He's so good.
Nothing wrong.
He wouldn't be as flashy, but
that's what I mean. Like, I'm too overhyped on like skill positions now to where I'd kind of be like,
yeah.
So here's I think we already said it, but I'm just not reading it now. So the Browns received number 5, 36, which is basically pick 4 in this draft, 126, which is a 4th rounder, and next year's first. That's almost the same as the Julio Jones trade I just announced, right? We just talked about. The Jaguars get the 2nd overall pick. They got a 4th rounder back. So they basically did a 4th round swap, jumped 22 spots, and then they got a 6th. So it's not the worst, but it's interesting depending on who they take. And the pick is in.
They got a 2nd round pick in 2025. And that first night, bro, Cleveland won that trade.
For
I
sure.
don't care. That's
For sure.
nuts. They fleeced them, bro. It is 100%. Like, even if Hunter is a Hall of Famer, well, maybe not, but
That's what
maybe
I was
not.
going to say. If
he
Hunter
had to be a Hall of Famer.
That'd be the Julio Jones trade, right?
He needs to be a Hall of Famer.
Or if, because you know what, a lot of these teams suck at picking, as the Bears know, right?
Bears are one of them.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes.
Cleveland, especially Cleveland, they're not the best at picking either. Like history shows, they could mess up most of those picks that they allotted, and it doesn't even matter. But on paper, Dave, I 100% agree with you. This is a hefty
huge
trade
price tag, dude.
I bet you Travis is through the moon, though, because I know Jacksonville has problems, but they are not Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
You know what it is?
I'd rather be in Jacksonville
with Liam Cohen.
I mean. Yeah.
Like, I'm just talking about, like, instead of Cleveland. Like, the city.
Sure. Yeah, for sure. Versus Cleveland. I was going to say this. I bet you Liam Cohen, because he's the head coach, right? Offensive mastermind. I guarantee it's probably Travis over.
Yeah.
And the reports were coming out that Travis is actually going to play wide receiver and then do more like third down specialty, like to start off. So like when you're in your nickel and dime packages, third and long. So
that's strange. I don't
normally not normally. This isn't a normal thing. You would think it'd be easier to learn the defense, and then have more. I would set packages.
The Jaguars have a new GM too. Super young. Honestly, looks like our age. And
younger.
Maybe younger too.
Like
yeah.
He's weirdly.
He looks younger than me.
Yeah,
I think he's 32, so I think he's like a year older than me.
Damn. But anyways, like he's over here just like you know that means
James
like
Gladwell.
Fuck them picks or whatever.
Yeah, fuck them picks.
That's how I feel with this move, because it's like this is his first time ever as a GM, and this is his first trade, I think.
Bro,
that's a fucking hefty lead.
Bro, he's 2 months. He's 2 months younger than me. James Gladstone. We're the same age. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I wonder if he commands the room. Here we go.
Oh, they're doing this little speech here.
Our podcast listeners are going to be like, "Can I pause
it?" Yeah, we work on
a disconnection.
Eric Armstead, he's so huge.
Pause.
Yeah, I realized that, but he's a giant motherfucker. Excuse me.
Yeah, we'll clip it later.
Yeah,
that's another one too. Keep it up. Anything else about him?
Jacksonville, man.
It's definitely interesting. Yeah,
those Jaguar fans look like paid actors, because I don't believe they're real.
I don't think they are real.
Yeah, not at all, right?
I think they're all Dolphins fans.
I don't know. I don't think Dolphins fans are Dolphins fans. I don't think they got a strong fan base. But look, you got to give credit though. Green Bay is filled the fuck out. It is packed.
What else is there to do, bro? This is their
Super Bowl. Yeah. Well, no, they've had Super
bigger.
Bowl.
I heard it was a nightmare today.
I'm sure it was,
because they're doing construction like around the entire stadium.
Unless I'm in the front row, I would not want to be fucking jam packed with all those people.
The front row is the VIP though, so you have to pay extra to even get into that section. Like where they show the fans, that section's VIP. Because technically the draft is free. So all those people in the back, you just show up. First come, first serve. Here it is. There it is. Travis Hunter.
Hope it's worth it, man.
That's not worth it. He's worth 2 firsts, a second? No way. You never tell me that.
Shefty tweeted, Jags are expected to play Travis Hunter on offense and defense. They will onboard him by giving him a heavy dose of the wide receiver position while still playing him at his more natural position on defense.
No.
I mean, it's kind of nice, man. It's kind of nice.
Nope.
22.
You'll never convince me. Unless he's a Hall of Famer, that is too freaking much, dude. However, for Jacksonville, that is a star. Like, you get to – like, that's going to help, like, as far as, like, tickets, marketing.
Sure.
I mean –
that jersey alone, he's already top 5.
Yeah.
Top 5 jersey.
He has to pan out. Otherwise, that is a huge – especially as a first-year GM, first trade ever, and moving that much capital for not even. I know it's a premium position and it's kind of a duo.
Yeah,
it's like a duo, two of the best ones. I just don't know. But if Trevor Lawrence was a franchise quarterback, I would love it.
If he actually plays like a lot on both sides and is not even dominant, but like just good, you're getting two players in one, so it might be worth it. The question is, that's never been done in the NFL. And I'm not putting a limitation on Travis saying it can't be done. He obviously did it perfectly well in college. And the time between plays in college is way less because they do a lot of no huddle and whatnot. So from a conditioning standpoint, he can probably do it. Just the NFL is a dangerous game, as you know. One hit here and there, your light frame, you're probably not playing on both sides. So I would love to see it, though. I think it'd be great for the game. It would also, just like how we saw with Steph Curry and a lot of these greats, right? When they change the game, you rinse and repeat. You start to see more of it. And I think that's exciting for the game. So I hope he can do it. It's been done in college before, like Miles Jack, who went in the first round. He was UCLA starting running back, but he was also their starting linebacker. And I think he was All-American in both positions. But he came to the NFL and he played primarily linebacker, and he ended up not turning out into what I would say the first round selection was worse. So we'll see. Yeah, look at that. Players to start both sides. Dion was on the list, but he only did it 8 times. 8 in his whole career. So we'll see. Oh, you're muted, Dave.
So, for example, like Justin Jefferson is a guy I would trade like that type of capital for if I was moving up to draft him. Again, you don't know he's going to be that amazing. Like he's one of the best. He's having the best start to like his career for a receiver ever, like Randy Moss type shit. And so,
what's
I'm
crazy,
saying, man, let's grade these picks. Let's grade them. Let's do that.
Okay, since you talk about Justin Jefferson, can I mention this one thing though before we go to the grade?
No, let's grade.
Justin Jefferson was wide receiver 5 in that draft. He went pick 17. Yeah. It's not like, he just went later in the first round. 4 other wide receivers went ahead of him. That just tells you how hard it is for these people to evaluate talent. And that's why it makes the risk, and this will go into the grade, why it makes the risk of trading, right, that big of a haul super risky, because you already know you're at a disadvantage of evaluating players. It just in general, the NFL is. So because of that, since I'm going on here, I'm going to give it, the player himself deserves to go 2. So that'd be an A, but what they had to do to get him there, I'm going to go B-.
Okay. For Hunter.
Cam Ward's A. You're locked in. Do your thing.
Okay. Sorry, and you have a B- for
B-
okay.
Because I'm taking in the trade effect.
Let me go next. Cam Ward, I'm going to go A because it's quarterback. You need the need. He's the best quarterback at the draft. I'll give it an A. You didn't have to trade up for him. You just sucked really bad last year and you got him. We've been there. Bears fans know this. So 2, Hunter, I'm going to go C. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to go C. I just think this one is, if he's a Hall of Famer, great. If he's not as advertised, it's just so much to give. And it's a risk. It's a risk. And it's his first trade as a GM. And Trevor Lawrence isn't a sure lock either as a franchise quarterback. Because next year, say Lawrence isn't it, you don't have a first. You already paid him, right? I think Lawrence is already paid as well. Mm-hmm. So you're locked in for another 2 or 3 years with him, I believe. I just think that one, for me, it's a C. Jack, I'm curious to see your first 2 grades for these 2 picks.
Yeah, I think Cam solidified A. Like, it's best quarterback. You need a quarterback. You 101 easy. I'm with Ficky, pretty spot on. I'm higher than you, Dave. I just think Travis is a really good player. I think playing 2 positions is crazy, and that's not a thing, and now it's happening. It's the Shohei effect kind of thing, where, like, I don't think Travis is Shohei in terms of, like, his skill and ability, but he's right under it. So, like, and the power that Shohei brings to baseball, it's the same thing for football. So I'll give it a B. I'm a little bit higher than both of you. But, yeah, I think it's an exciting pick. I'm excited for Jacksonville, man.
Time out. 3's in. Giants. Abdul Carter. Okay. Sorry, Jack. I didn't want to cut you off. But
no, good.
Can you guys hear him? If I have it on the TV, real quick. I'm sorry, Jack. Me and Ficky are both saying, screw
I was
Jack.
done. I'm just.
You had like a couple words left, but I had to just pause it right there.
I didn't remember it.
It's okay. No, but I mean, that makes sense, right? If he can literally do what he's been doing, it's worth everything because you literally have one player at two positions, and that's never been done in the NFL. So you can't even evaluate what that brings to a talent to the team because he's breaking barriers, right?
Right.
But as we talked about, we have to wait and see. Can he do it? Uh-oh, Dave. Uh-oh, let me check.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, okay. I'm like, damn.
Got to keep everybody on their toes, man.
Diana Rossini just tweeted that Browns are taking calls from teams interested in the 5, and they're open to moving down again.
Yep,
So I confirmed what we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man. Can I say this real quick?
Please.
About I just lost it. It was good too. Shit. Oh well.
Oh man.
What?
No, I'm just saying. Oh man, like what a fucking crazy.
I'm trying to think
start.
of words that you could be thinking about.
Oh, Diana Rossini. Did you see her get checked by George Kittle on Twitter?
No, I did. What happened?
That's terrible, bro. She goes, George Kittle. She basically had a scoop. She's like, per sources, George Kittle wants to be like the highest paid tight end in the NFL or whatever. And Kittle goes, "You're wrong." Basically, just commented like, "You're wrong" or something like that. And then someone underneath goes, "Source." He goes, "Me." But
to be fair, it's a good source.
Yeah, he basically ratioed the hell out of her. And sometimes, I'll be honest, man, draft insiders, how much do they really know? Or are they just spitballing too?
No, it's not spitballing. What it is they're in group chats with these agents. Agents say, put this message out. They put message out.
So Rossini got that from, you think she got that from an agent?
Agent or team, like facility people, right? So like, this is what I view they are.
Just makes her
They're basically megaphones to put out narratives, right? And I'm not diminishing their role in their job, but that's what they are. It's not like they're doing investigative work, looking with it. No, they have people, they have connected sources that trust them that say, hey, put this narrative out there because it's going to help us in this situation, right? Put this narrative out there because it's going to help us in this situation. And with the draft, it's very much, hey, put this out there so we can get teams off our back, or put this out there so it drives the price of our pickup, right? So I think it's all that, just trying to, basically they're manipulating the market from a draft standpoint, in my opinion. So, because they got to put pressure on, like, hey, we think this team's going to go here, so then you need to trade up to get this player and all that stuff. Or they don't want people to know who they're taking, so they put all this other stuff out there. That's why with the Genty stuff, I'm like, why is there so much? What's the intention behind that? Because it doesn't help you from a Bears team standpoint. Everybody knows you want it. The price goes up.
Okay.
Right?
I agree.
So,
let's go ahead and grade here before we get behind. Abdul Carter, I'm going to start it off. A+, best edge in the draft. I think he's insane. Wanted him in Chicago, even if we meant trading up to 3. I thought it was going to take 2. But I think this is a home run pick for the Giants. I think who they have, Burns on the other side.
Yeah, they have Burns.
That's
and then
crazy,
they have
bro.
Thibodeau still, which they'll probably trade away. And they have Dexter Lawrence.
Bro, that's
D line in football.
They know how to draft at the. Anyways, I'm gonna go A+. Ficky.
Yeah, I'm gonna go A+. Like, he's a top 3 talent. You didn't have to trade or anything, so I got it. It's the top. It's a blue chip player at a very premium position. So, Jack, what about you?
Yeah, same boat. A+. He was my best player in the draft. The only, like, obviously I'd love Genty, but like Abdul Carter was a different breed. It was like Genty here, Abdul up here. He's just the guy. So yeah, A+ for sure.
Well,
the question is though, what are the Giants going to do about their quarterback? Do you think they trade back late in the first to get that 5-year rookie deal and get someone like a Jackson Dart? Because you see that sometimes.
Jackson Dart, it's nobody. Yeah. So I think
because you saw that. That's literally what the Packers did with Jordan Love, right? People are like, oh, why'd they trade up so you can get that 5th year? And they did that. I think they traded up to 27, I think, or something like that, and took Jordan Love. So it'll be interesting to see. Oh man. Yeah.
Hey, look at us.
I know.
Oh, real quick. Dude. I wanted to bring this comment up. If I can find it. Because I think we're going to get a lot of this soon.
What is TIL, though?
Today I learned. Like everyone's going to start.
Thank you. I was trying to figure that out. Well, TIL, because today I learned what the hell that meant. Yes, Bears film room. Or the Big Fucking Rod podcast, whatever you'd like.
That's what I go. All right, man. We are at moment of truth here.
What's this for?
I know who goes 4 now. Yeah, I ruined it for myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, I haven't been spoiled yet, so I'm kind of happy about that. I've been
trying
to
scroll the timeline, and then
yeah.
And I'm a little sad. I ain't gonna lie.
So did I, but that means that 5 is getting close to being on the clock, and that's what makes me nervous.
I just got a notification for it. I wasn't even looking, and it just popped up.
It does that. Okay, we can talk about it.
Yeah, it's going to be Will Campbell to the Patriots. That's what everybody had, though.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I had.
I don't think it was a stretch 2 weeks ago. I don't think we were reaching at 10. I think that recently became that he'd be top 5.
No, it did.
4, yeah.
It did, just this week. Because this week is really when all the rumors actually matter, because there's way more weight to them.
Sure.
But, like, if I'm looking at my top 10 players that I just posted about before the draft started, I have the order right. And not saying most people did. The consensus is what most people had. The only thing I didn't have was the team. So I did not have the Jags trading up for Travis, right?
Right.
But I think, look, if you look at last year's draft, the top 6 picks were what most people mocked. Right?
Yeah.
It was everyone had Caleb, Jaden, Drake, and then Malik next. And then 5, I think, was Joe Alt. Or it went Joe Alt, then Malik, I think. But the top 5 is what most people had. And so I was kind of going into this year thinking the same thing. Now, I didn't expect the teams to be different, Jaguars and Browns flipping. But I think we all agreed the top 4 was going to be Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, and Will Campbell, right? So we'll see. And look, this is, what do you guys think? This is what I have for my next ones. So I had then, let me see what I had. So I had Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter, Will Campbell. Then I had Bears going to 5 for Ashton Genty, Kelvin Banks to Las Vegas, Armand Membu to the Jets. Then Mason Graham falls back to 8th to Carolina, Tyler Warren 9th New Orleans, and then Jacksonville, which they can't do now. They would have been picking at 10 and took Tatorial McMillan. So,
oh man, I'm not gonna say nothing, but there's real smoke about 5.
I'm sure.
Oh nope, never mind. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, Dave's gonna put himself.
I'm just shook, man.
In a blender, just going through those.
What if we just stay at 10, man? All this.
Yeah. Well,
it could happen.
What a fucking down.
Not telling anything, but it seems like that's what's happening.
Yeah. It takes 2 to tango. You know what I mean? Like they can want to move up, but if someone doesn't want to move up or move back,
fuck.
All right, here it is. Short arms, T-Rex.
Mr. Campbell. One hit
his Louis Vuitton suit. That's nice.
One hit in Chicago so bad.
I had
his. Can I say something about, since he's not going to be a Bear? Why is my hat crooked? I had his watch company that he's a part of. Kettle kept on DMing me about like promoting it, and I was like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it.
Not if he's not going to Chicago.
Yeah, they kept on saying they're like, since he's a possible selection for Chicago. Kettle,
what? It's his company?
No, he's partnered with them. Yeah,
gotcha.
And it's like, anyways, long story short, I was just like, I have no idea what you're about. I was like, if you pay me a lump sum, maybe.
10
I was
million.
like, who are you?
Right.
Yeah,
the big fucking
it was crazy.
For a reason.
And I'm sure they're great watches. I think they're like luxury watches, but I'm like,
I'm sure this man's rocking a Louis Vuitton suit. I'm sure it's luxury.
Yeah. Even now, if he was coming to Chicago, fuck yeah.
Oh yeah,
I'll do it for free. It's my guy. Oh man, he's gonna be good.
Can I do a mini rant real quick?
Yes, please.
We have got to fix something about like the insiders being either too far ahead or TV being way too far behind. Like the fact that
it's gross.
Will Campbell's being announced as the 5th pick is being told on Twitter what it is. Like that's
the
crazy.
TV's not behind.
Behind.
Yeah, the TV's not behind.
They're just not announced. They're going. They're slow rolling it because
that's what I mean. I don't know if it's a slow rolling on TV that's a problem, or if it's already
but the information what it is, as soon as the information's getting sent to the fucking sent in, that's when the information's getting released.
Someone said
and then boom.
Ross Reed on Twitter, he goes, Will Campbell damping up dudes on the way to a podium, and it's a gif of a T-Rex with his arms.
That's funny.
I shouldn't laugh at that, but it is pretty funny. 30, guys. 32 and a half. You know what, hey, who cares? Where are we getting? We said we weren't going to do the Bears picks. Can we announce number 5? Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah, it's been a month. Yeah.
So we can discuss it here, Fick.
Okay, sure. Who is it?
Or do you want to wait?
So Browns are staying. Browns are staying at 5.
Browns are staying.
Yes.
Can I guess?
Yeah. Let me hear you. Yeah. Let me hear your guess.
So Browns are staying at
not
5.
Who you think. Or maybe it is.
I don't think it would be. I don't know who you'd think it is.
It might be a little shocking, honestly, actually.
Or maybe it's not.
Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Or it could be shocking.
He's going on Twitter.
No, I'm not on Twitter. No, I'm not on Twitter. I'm looking at their depth chart. I'm trying to see their biggest area of need.
Do you think there's like assholes in like the crowd of the draft that are like sitting there and they're like, holy shit? Like Jags are trading up.
breaking the news. Yeah. That'd be so annoying.
I bet you there are, man.
I'm sure there are.
Wow.
Well, the biggest needs are QB, wide receiver, and running back. Are they taking Tet? Are they taking Tet that early?
Wrong. They are selecting Michigan. I'll give you a hint. Michigan.
Will Johnson. Oh, Mason Graham.
There you go. Mason Graham.
Mason Graham.
However, it looks like Ashton Genty could be going to the Raiders.
Okay, do not try not to break the news on 6. I want to see that one live. I want to see who Las Vegas takes because that implicates us.
Why do you want to see it live?
You don't love the experience of seeing it?
Twitter's right there, man.
Someone coming out?
Not even
People know. People know, but I'll do it. I'll wait. I won't.
Well, it'll probably be given away by your facial expression because it's either going to be happy or sad, and they'll tell me everything I need to know.
Well, this is the pick. This is the spot where the Broncos wanted to move up.
Oh, to 5?
No, to 6.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be interesting to see if that comes into play.
Yeah. I won't spoil it for you, Vic. I think I'll watch it.
Is it already in or no?
No. I'm just saying when it comes. No, I have no idea. No, that'd be.
I wouldn't be surprising.
Right? I know that's what.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
I'm like, Jesus Christ, dude! Like, give me a second to digest that one. Okay, so let's grade Will Campbell to the Patriots. I don't think we did that, and then we'll grade Mason Graham going 5 to the Browns.
That's an A for me.
A for Will Campbell 4.
Mm-hmm. If he had long arms, A+.
He's a good. I've seen mixed bag results in him. I'm not an O-line specialist, so I'm gonna trust what people said, and I'd probably give it an A- because I've seen some people say this is offensive tackle 1, and some saying this is offensive guard 1. Right, so it kind of depends on where he plays. I'll go A- though.
Okay.
Yeah, A-, I guess. It's just such a bland pick, I guess. But end of the day, he's a good player, and I just feel like they have a lot of fucking problems over there, a lot of issues. So it's hard to say that this is like a great pick or anything because I don't know who the hell Drake May's throwing to.
God, Mason Graham would have been nice though.
Yep. And now I'm curious who the Bears. I'm just curious who they're going to get, man.
Man, I saw the Jags traded up. That's crazy. You know what though? That trade looks even worse. If you trade it back into 5 and you got Mason too, like I think he's going to be a dog.
Yeah, I agree.
You've been high on him forever. Weirdest draft to move up like that for.
It's only because it's Travis Hunt. Like I get it, but it's expensive. It's expensive. But Mason Graham's, oh my God, so good. He was the best run defending defensive lineman. Now he does have short arms, but I mean, All-American 2 years in a row. And I think he's 21, bro. So like, I would have loved Mason Graham.
I swear to God, since we started talking about rookies, you are Mason Graham. So you're standing on your shit.
If you have my notifications on, Vic, don't.
I'm sure it's not great. I'm already feeling
I just don't want you to. It's not bad. It's not great. It's just, you'll see.
Let me guess. So how this has
For 6?
gone so far, nothing has been in our favor. Mason Graham, who we wanted gone. Will Campbell, who we wanted gone. So I'm going to assume we strike out 3 times. And I bet Genty is going to the Raiders with Pete Carroll.
You might be wrong finally.
We'll see. I just feel it. I don't feel good about it. Now, let's put this out there because this could be the case. If Genty goes to the Rams, you trade him back out of 10?
If he goes to the Rams? You mean Raiders?
Okay, Jesus
Raiders.
Christ. Yeah, sorry.
Raiders.
You trading back?
I mean, right now it's premium territory. I would trade back. For the sake of this pod, maybe take the pick so it's not a 3-hour, 4-hour pod.
Bro, you can still find talent top 10. But
honestly,
on Meau still there. Tyler Colston Loveland.
If Memboo's there, he's my guy. If Memboo's there, I'm so cool taking him at 10.
Problem is you have the Jets who need a tackle before us. You have the who's right before the Jets? Sorry. Jets are 7. Carolina's after that. Saints are after that. Who's 6? Las Vegas. So the 2 teams that could take tackles are Las Vegas, so they could take one here if they don't take Genty, and then you have the Jets. So the problem is if it goes Genty 6, Memboo 7, then what? You get the best edge in the class, Jalen Walker, but you might go 8 to Carolina.
I don't know, man.
What you just said, though, is nothing's going our way right now, so I don't have an ounce of optimism that Memboo falls to 10.
Man, it is funny though. Like this is the hype, right? That we love about the NFL draft. Come 2 years from now, we're gonna be looking back and being like, yeah, like 5 of the 10 guys didn't hit in the top 10. It happens every year. Every year, sure. Actually, let's go back. 2 years ago? What is 2020? 2023 NFL draft results. Let me know we're going to go through these top 10 real quick and let's see who hit. Okay.
What year is this again?
2023. So we have 2 years of data now. So that's like enough to kind of get a good understanding. Bryce Young, undetermined. CJ Stroud, that hit. Will Anderson, that hit. Anthony Richardson, a miss. Devon Witherspoon, that's a hit. Paris Johnson Jr., the tackle. I don't think he's turned out super great.
Who? Paris Johnson?
Yeah, PJJ.
I think he's good.
He's okay. He's good. Okay.
It's still, the jury's still out too.
Wait a second. Raiders.
Yep. I'm telling you, you're gonna be shocked at who it is. I don't think it's who you think it is, based on what you're saying.
Ashley Genty, get out of this. Shit sucks.
Did I do a good job tricking you?
Yeah.
No,
shit sucks.
No,
that was good. That was good. I just okay.
Yeah. Now.
Okay. Well, speaking of the Raiders, they took Tyree Wilson at 7. That was a miss.
Fuck that real quick. Ashton Genty. Let's get our live reactions here, man. Let's get back to that draft. This one sucks, dude. We spent all week, all this fucking all this talk, smoke, and he would have been really, really fun. And I tweeted this, Vic, if you would have looked. I'm glad you didn't, though. It would have been really, really fun in Chicago. However, a part of me, like I said, is excited and happy that we did not give up premium picks to move up to land him, because that's what it was going to take all along. And I think that's why the deal with Jacksonville fell through, because I think they were probably wanting a lot more than what Poles was probably willing to give up. I bet they were wanting it a lot more than what he was wanting to. So in my opinion, I think it's the right move. It's not a fun move. However, I'm really, really excited to see what they do here, because I would love to move back and land another dynamic offensive weapon in like the low or high 18, 19, 20 range, and maybe get some more capital. If not, like you said, I think there's a couple of guys where you're probably excited about. But this one, I think right now it hurts but it's gonna be okay, unless he goes off to be like.
Yeah, I'm just
LT.
Yeah, I think your point of looking at the positive side is we didn't give up picks for a running back.
Premium.
It would have been at least
and I don't think
39 or 41. So
and the Raiders, if he gets past the Raiders, I think there's a chance we flirt and move up and we can get to 7, 8, 9 maybe. But the Raiders, I think if their plan all along was he gets to 6, the phone, they're not picking up the phone. You kind of agree with that?
I mean, that's what the initial talks were until probably 48 hours ago, where all this Bears hype was coming.
It's crazy, bro.
Yeah,
they got
or like maybe the last week. I think
again, since we're saying fuck it, Meau to the Jets, which leaves Jack.
I called it. That's what I said.
Jack _ BFR.
Wait, to the Jets?
Told you.
I told you. Tyler Warren, bro.
Tyler Warren's gonna go to the
Could Chicago do it? Jack's gonna lose it.
What? You want this?
It would be fun.
Oh, fuck that, dude.
It would be. You can't tell me it would not be fun, man. Tell me you wouldn't be on the board tomorrow morning.
Ashton Jenkins,
Tyler Warren,
fun. I get it's exciting to get a tight end and not a tackle, but like for fucking,
he's a weapon, bro. He can play.
Let's go commit. Fuck the personnel shit because not a goddamn person could name me the fucking tight end 2 in Detroit. Sam Laporta was fine.
I don't think he'd be tight end. I don't know.
I swear to God, I am more content with Mercedes Lewis playing than using our 10th overall pick to get Tyler goddamn Warren. I will. The fact that you said that, I forgot about that. I'm already in the headspace of like trading back. I don't have to worry about it. We're going to get
a time rant from you if it's Warren at 10.
I
almost want that.
Dead. I'll be dead.
Sorry, Fick. Jack just he didn't care
all
about
good.
you seeing it live, man.
No, it's all good. I know before when you went away for a second, I was telling Jack, I was like, Membou's probably going to go to the Jets. And in my top 10 prediction, I had Meau going to the Jets. So
Membou is a right tackle. He's a right tackle too, right?
Yeah, he's a right tackle.
Am I crazy?
No, he's a right tackle. But he can play left. He can play left.
You think you'd be comfortable him? Well, I guess he might not even start. You'd hope he would start if we took him.
We talked about that better.
And they also talked about, I think Poles kind of hinted at maybe, well, no, he said, I think he's talking about maybe moving right over to left tackle. That's crazy, but he said it.
Yeah, just kind of, this whole draft kind of blows right now. I'm not like it is not as last year was just set the bar so damn high.
Well, dude, you picked up Caleb Williams. It was a foregone conclusion, but you're still hyped because it happened. And then you lucked into Roma Dunze without moving.
Exactly.
I told you. I tweeted yesterday. I said it was one of the most fun nights I've ever had outside of maybe Justin Fields moving up for him because that was. I know it didn't work out, but that you can't tell me that every fucking Bears fan when Justin Fields when we traded up was it was electric, man. Electric. There was I think a YouTube video has over 100,000 views about just Bears fans' reactions that night, and they compiled them all compilation of just fans going crazy, man. At bars in Chicago, just crazy. So for me, I agree, Jack. This one, I always knew this one was going to be unless we get Genty. So unless you wanted like a one night, like I said, I think in the long run, it would have kind of sucked to move up to get him. Because I don't know if he's going to be, I don't know. I keep saying that. We don't know with these guys. That's the honest God's truth. We do not know if there's going to be injuries, right? You have Kevin White. I hate to bring that up, but it's the truth. You have injuries you got to think about. Playing at the NFL level, it doesn't mean it's always going to translate. So we'll see. We'll see. Also, hit the like button, guys. A lot of people in the chat. Appreciate y'all. If you can, hit that like button, subscribe. And we're 3 picks away if the Bears are going to be selected. Actually, 2. I'm sorry, because the Jets one's already in.
Man, so there's a lot of smoke today. What?
That was fast. They got that pick in already. The TV hasn't even announced it yet.
I'm telling you, they're a pick behind. It's so annoying.
Oh, you already see 8?
No,
7. Sorry.
Oh yeah, the Jets one. Yeah.
Oh wait, so let's pick here. Who do we think? Who are we thinking?
Did we grade Genty to the Raiders and then Meau to the Jets?
Oh, Genty is an A. They didn't have to move up.
Is it an A though for that? Like, are they ready? Like they needed an offensive line. They did bad.
I think Genty's. I know he's not a Bear. I think he's insane. But I guess you are about as good as your offensive line sometimes. So
That's my only thing is like,
but
of course it's bad for us, but I'm like, do they have enough pieces on their offensive line for it? I think
he's the top. He's like the top. He's like a.
I agree.
On this draft, I think you just go and get him, and you worry about that, and you just get that done. You figure out a way to get defense, offensive line. Hopefully he elevates and puts a Band-Aid on some of those reps that he gets out there. So I think it's an A. What about you guys?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna go A. It just F because it fucking hurts. So
it does. Well.
I wish there wouldn't have been any hype for him going to us. You know what I mean? That's my only thing. Like,
and that's all it was hype, bro. It was just hype.
And I'm like, dog, don't get my hopes up for that. That shit kind of sucks.
I know. It is what it is, boys.
It is what it is. You know what though?
If you're in the chat, let me see who you guys think the Bears are going to end up picking. Are we going to trade back, or who? If they don't trade, who are they selecting at 10? I want to see some of what you guys think because I'm honestly curious because Kelvin Banks, Tyler Warren.
Kelvin Banks will make me pissed too. I would. A
lot of people had him going to 6. That was like the talk of today was Kelvin Banks, offensive tackle.
But does Banks tell me this though? He's the left tackle.
He might play guard though. Yeah,
I think he's only played left tackle. If I'm not mistaken. You spend number 10 on him. What if he doesn't start week 1? Is that okay with you?
I already said it was
a problem for me.
I already said like in the long haul it makes sense. You're going to be pissed though.
I like that. Brilliant hoops. Good offline. It would piss me. You're telling me pick number. If Darnell Wright, we picked him last year, right? It was last year. No, 2 years ago. We pick him and he doesn't start week 1. Would that not have been a huge red flag? You're telling me that this guy can't fucking beat out Braxton Jones? Braxton Jones is not elite. He's good, maybe average, probably, maybe below, depending on how you look at it in some of his snaps. So I'm like, Banks, I like him if he can start. I'm getting pissed, man. Just Genty got me all that. Bears fans remember
we're 2 picks away. Don't spoil the Bears.
No, Genty. I said Genty. I'm still on Genty.
No, I know. You're good.
Yeah.
What'd you say, Jack?
Sorry, Jack.
I can find it here. If we move down like 2 or 3 spots and take Hampton, you got me all the way back in. I am chilling. I think. I think it's brainwashed to me at this point. Like the Ohio State guys, so Henderson and Judkins, Caleb Johnson, like.
Oh my goodness!
Don't do it. Who is it?
We're almost live for an hour, boys. We're doing well.
Oh, you're talking about time wise?
No, I'll just mess with y'all.
Oh, okay. Look, I haven't looked. It's so.
No.
Oh, we still have a couple. We have Panthers. We have Saints.
Hey, tell me this though. Unless Jack, did you have something you're gonna say? Because I have a really good.
I was just saying that, like, I think Hampton would be an awesome addition. I think that they're.
You know what we need? I'm going to interrupt you real quick.
Mm-hmm.
I think we need Sanders to get to 10. And he might be.
I don't think someone's trading up for him.
You don't think someone will trade up for 10? It's like a prime position.
It's possible.
To get a quarterback. Or even, I wouldn't say it, but Dart, that's too high.
If you asked me a week ago, I say absolutely. Absolutely. He has been, I have not seen such a fall from a guy who was top 5 to start off when the college football season ended, he was top 5. He has now been projected to even fall out of the first round. So I don't even know how to evaluate because I have never seen such disparity from a top 5 potential player to now not even being the second quarterback off the board.
I'll tell you this. I agree with you, Fick. I think that's all smoke, in my opinion, him getting out of the first. I don't think you're telling me Sanders really going to get out of the first? That's crazy.
No. I'm not saying that's what
I know. I can't believe that's smoke.
The propaganda.
Yeah, but I just feel like that's wild.
When's the last time you had someone, even if you're not saying he's top 5?
Top 3, about top 3.
Yeah, top 3, top 5, even top 10. Say, they're not going to go in the first round? Different to say you fall. Right? Oh, like you think of like a Brady Quinn. He was expected to go high up. He fell to 22.
He interviewed bad or whatever, or he just was like, I'm out of here, man. These guys are making millions of dollars. NIL money. They don't give a shit about, you're the Jaguars, right? Or you're like Cleveland. Like he may not want to go there, man. He's made so much money. Obviously, his family's set with his father and stuff. Good for him. He's an elite athlete.
Wait, who's his dad? Elite,
I don't know, some guy. He played really well.
Sanders, right?
Yeah, I think he played football professionally.
Sure.
Anyways, all I'm saying is I just don't think – I think it's – I almost feel like it's blown out of proportion as far as how the interviews actually went. I just don't think he would go in there and just like shit the bed like how they kind of painted it. It's just wild to me. So anyways, I don't think he gets out. I think he's going to be picked in the first. However, I'll tell you this. This is my proclamation here.
Okay.
Last thing I'll say, you all go.
You're good.
If it's 10, if the Bears get to 10, if the Bears stay at 10, actually, I'm sorry. I'll say this. If Tyler Warren is there at 10, they are drafting him. Ben Johnson talked about it. Ryan Poles. They love Tyler Warren. I'm telling you right now, that is the pick. Sorry, Jack. That was it, though. We'll see if I'm right, though.
Jack's going to explode on
telling you, man.
We're going to watch a suit. I can't say it. This man may not make it through the end of the pod.
The switch up so crazy on Cole Kmet that for fucking 17 games, everyone's like,
I love Cole Kmet still.
You're running 12. You're running 12.
No. You run 12. You have two of these guys, bro. Man.
You're running 12. I was going to say something. My hypothetical. What's more likely to happen? A trade at 10 for someone to pick Sanders or Sanders falling out of the first round?
The latter. Falling out. Yeah. I could totally see that happening.
Oh, wait. No, wait, what?
No, Dave, you'd be on the other side. You think,
say it again?
He's more likely to fall out of someone makes a trade. No, Sanders at 10, we make a trade for someone to get Sanders. Or Sanders falls exactly. Because neither of them, I'm like, oh, that's for sure.
I think it's good, still what Jack. I think it is falling out. I just don't know if anybody's gonna move up to 10. I think they might move up for him. Maybe move into the late first.
Okay, I want to see this one. I don't know about Carolina. Carolina, their defense is horrible. They've talked about is trying to get a defensive player. Do they do it here? Like, does Jalen Walker go here?
I think that'll be an interesting one for Chicago if he's on the board too.
Their wide receiver room also sucks. They drafted Xavier Legette last year.
I think T-Mac's been the guy. T-Mac's been the guy
too.
I had T-Mac going 10 in my mock draft but that was the Jags going backwards, going to 10.
I was going to say us?
No.
Crazy?
No, that would be I put that as in our last pod, the pre-draft one. I said that'd be our worst case scenario. Obviously, drafting a quarterback would, but
yeah.
Okay, so I'm assuming they're going. Someone said Jalen Walker's still available in the chat, so I'm assuming they went Tet, maybe. Oh, did we grade the Jets Meau? I think that's an A plus pick.
So do I. Fuck.
Yeah.
I love Meau.
I think it's an A.
Yeah. Didn't have to trade for right to you.
Listen to this with Justin Fields, because this is his offensive line. Olu Fashanu, left tackle.
Olu Fashanu.
John Simpson at left guard. Joe Tippmann at center. Elijah Vera Tucker at right guard. And then Membu at right tackle.
It's not bad.
It's better than what Aaron Rodgers had, dude.
For sure. Oh, wow. T-Mac. Crazy.
All right, boys.
All right, 9 Saints.
Oh, fuck. Would Tyler Warren be a nightmare? I can't stop thinking about it.
Oh, my God.
Fuck the 12%. That is so crazy to me that we're just coped with that.
I'm telling you.
That's fucking crazy.
You may want to just.
You can tell me, from a factual thing, but your opinion not being like, hey, we have Cole Kmet, we don't need the 10th pick to be a tight end.
I'm gonna be. Is Tyler Warren? Is it it's a luxury pick? I think yes. I think he's different than Cole Kmet.
Just admit you're partnering with his watch brand. We get it, dude.
Yeah. Is he on there too? Yeah, he is on there too.
Is he? I don't know. I'm just kidding.
Yeah. I'll have to look at the message they sent me, but I believe Tyler Warren was on there.
We get it, bro. You're promoting cattle. You want your guy.
No, bro.
I get both sides. Tyler Warren would be a playmaker. But when we talk about need versus talent, right? That's where you're like, okay, well, do you need him as much? Or is that just the BPA? It might be. I don't know. We're going to find out. But
just we're coming up with the way that things been. Or do we have the luxury of taking BPAs? I don't think so.
Actually, at 9, can you not spoil 9 either? Because I want to see if they go quarterback. Because this is the time. Ficky. This is Saints.
Get with the times, man.
Bro,
you can't do a podcast and do the.
There's only 2. These are the last 2. Then I'm good. All the rest of my camera were spoiled. Well, you can actually. It's fine. It's just because I like to see what the court. If it's like.
I'll spoil it right now.
Can we spoil it? Spoil it. Just guess.
Okay. Can you
Saints.
Okay, guess? Saints.
Yeah,
okay.
guess. Offense. It's offense.
Tyler Warren. That's why I had my mock.
No.
No.
I'm telling you, Warren, it is. Tyler Warren's gonna be a Bear, bro. I'll tell you that much.
Is it did they go Dart or Shadur?
Nope.
They went offense?
Just trenches,
tackle?
maybe?
What'd you say?
Trenches, maybe?
Tackle. Okay, so if they went tackle, Kelvin Banks?
Yep. They did, man.
Okay. Oh my God. Okay.
Can we just
All right,
spoil
well,
when we find out with the Bears or no?
Oh my God. I kind of want to wait for the Bears. This is the only one.
Okay.
I'm cool with the rest of those spoils. That's
Okay.
fine. Having me guess is just as exciting.
It
so
is
okay.
kind of funny.
Yeah.
Once I find out, though, I'll show my expression.
You'll know when I know if I'm the fuck out of here.
Okay.
I kind of hope they trade back, though. I do. Maybe to 12 and get like North Carolina running back. Why am I horrible with these names, man? Hampton. Like, I really like Hampton.
100%. Oh my God, in the chat. I don't want to know.
Or even.
There's no picking. I promise. Fick,
Oh no, it's in, Jack.
Wait. Don't spoil it. Don't spoil it.
Ooh.
I don't see shit.
Don't spoil it. Do not spoil it, man. I gotta get a live reaction on this one.
I don't know if he's lying or not. I don't see shit.
You never know. I'm cool. If he's lying, even better. I love it.
I think he is lying.
Bro, are you fucking kidding me? I'm gonna have to get off. This is horrible.
They didn't get the pick in time. They didn't get the pick in time. I can't believe it. They're voiding the pick. We traded it away.
All right, I've calmed down a little bit. What are we thinking, boys?
It was Torrey Taylor again.
No, I don't know yet. I don't know yet.
We got a kicker this time.
Yeah, because you always need depth at the kicker position. You know what I mean?
I will say this. It is taking a lot longer than all the other picks. So
for sure.
I wonder what's going on here.
I do like Walker as well. Walker's one where I could definitely cope and be like, that's sick. Good pick. I'm excited to watch. We need the help.
Jalen Walker? Yeah,
but no. I said this 5 picks ago. Hampton, go down 4 or 5 spots wherever we think we're comfortable at and safe to take him. Move down, get a day 2. Man, dude, that gets me going.
Who was okay? T-Mac went 8. McMillan, he went 8. 9 was what? 9 was
Kelvin.
Who just went? Kelvin. And then Membu went 7.
Yep.
And then 6 was Ashton.
Of course it was.
Right. LV, NYJ, CAR, and then this was Saints.
The anticipation is killing me.
I'm telling you, I think they're working the phones.
God,
Bowles.
Might be. Normally when it waits this long, they probably are working on a trade.
I mean, they've been on the clock, 3 minutes now?
What's our ideal return? So if we say, hypothetically, we go to 14.
That would only get you a third.
I don't know.
Dropping 4 spots is going to get you a late
I
second.
think Poles, but I think Poles can – I think he's really good at trading. I think he can get a little bit more.
Maybe. It depends what they're trading for.
Especially with the draft night capitalizing on that and people's –
Well, the thing is, what's the premier position that someone's trying to snag right now?
I swear to God, and I know it sounds like it's satire, I truly think Jackson Dart rose so high to where quarterback needing teams are they don't want to risk waiting too long, if that makes sense. The fact that he was even in the conversation at 3 today is crazy. So I think there's definitely a chance.
I don't know. I don't like Dave's expression.
I still see nothing.
Okay. I'm not even gonna look, man. I just want to see what
No,
Man, look,
it's taking forever.
We talked about this though, and I talked about this. Hit rates with offensive tackles in the first round.
It's out. It's out.
Okay.
Wow.
Tackles in the first round, the hit rate is super high, and we've just now seen 3 go in the top 10. Getting tackles is a premier position, and it typically works out. So it'll be interesting to see how many go in the first round. I bet we might see 5 or 6.
Wow. 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 Oh no.
Is it something you expected?
Wow. No.
Oh my God.
Bro.
Oh my God. Hey, don't.
Nope.
You gotta fucking hurry up, brother.
No, picks in.
Is...
It says picks in for the Bears. So
yeah.
I'm gonna. Oh my goodness. No, this would be good for content. I need to see this shit live, bro. I have no idea. That makes me think it's not gonna be. Ooh, maybe Kenneth Grant, Michigan.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that one is.
Let's see.
I think it's the right pick over. Yeah. It's interesting, though.
All right, here we go. Pick is in. They're about to announce it.
Oh, my God. Who's about to announce it?
Relax, buddy. Put it back in your pants. You're going to be all right. You're going to be all right, my guy.
All right, maybe Ryan pulls his cooking. Who is this?
Relax. I needed that before this pick because y'all don't seem too excited. So let's see what this shit is, man. I think she's the host of the one in the red dress is definitely the host of NFL Live with like Dan Orlovsky and all them. So I don't know who the girl in the polka dot is or whatever that is. I'm assuming they both work for ESPN. I guess
it's interesting. I don't think you're definitely not seeing this one coming. I'll tell you that much.
Really? It's that surprising. So. Like even positional need? No.
Giving what's on the board? Hell yeah. In my opinion, I think most people would be shocked.
I hit the comments too, so I have no idea. Here we go. Well, they said the schedule release is going to be May 14th, so stay tuned for that.
Excited about that. For sure.
That'll be good. That'll be good. That's why it probably took so long because they did this little mid-break shit in there. All right, they're showing the war room. Everyone's excited, of course. And I don't know what the fuck you're excited about. My co-hosts aren't excited, so how the hell am I supposed to be excited? You know what I mean? Let me see. I want to. Is this guy even like? No, I'll just wait. It's about
just watch.
Someone has an Andrew Billings shirt in the crowd. I love it.
If that's not the most Bears fan thing.
For sure, bro. For sure. We love some Billings core. All right, here we go. Yeah, Genty's gone. Tackles are gone. You go defensive end, Jalen Walker. Defensive tackle.
This is interesting, man.
Oh, that's talking about Mongo. R.I.P.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. That's sad, but I'm happy he was selected in the Hall of Fame, man.
Yeah, for sure.
You know.
Yeah, the NFL did it right last year, getting him in.
Yeah.
Well, ALS, right? That's tough.
Yeah, it is.
50 years ago, with the 4th pick in the 1975 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears selected one of Stephen Michael's teammates and closest friend, Walter Payton, running back, Jackson State.
Now they're talking about Walter. Jeez, man. Just getting all sad. What is this? And then the pick's going to be even worse. I'm just the NFL is not setting it up for me.
I'm ready, bro. I need to talk about this.
I'm sorry.
Have a huge fire take for this.
Good.
Same.
I didn't know there's a whole monologue here. Sorry about that. I'm already here, so I gotta wait to get it. And then after this, you can spoil the next 50 picks. I don't care, but got to see this one. All right, here it is. They're already getting booed. It hasn't even been announced. Love it. Colston Loveland.
How we feeling, Nick? Let me tell you this. I've been waiting on this. You got to wait a little bit.
Okay,
I'll
say this
right here.
Yeah,
it's my turn. My turn. This is a little wild for me. You got Tyler Warren, who is most people's picks here. I'm not saying the Bears screwed this up because I actually love Loveland. I just wish they could have maybe moved back a couple picks and acquired something. And maybe no one was wanting to move up because we've heard that all week, probably this past month actually, about how hard it is for teams that are looking to move back because no one wants to move up. So for me, this pick is way better of a fit with him and Komet because he's like a receiving threat type of guy. I think he has the highest upside, even better than Tyler Warren. But this one is, I think it's spicy, man. I've heard about it. I've heard about like the possibility of them going with him because they like Loveland more. And I think other teams actually had Loveland as tight end 1 in this class over Warren.
Loveland's the bet. He is the more of your and overall tight end, your inline tight end, right? Also, what's nice about Loveland versus Warren, Loveland played 3 years, and every year statistically he got better. Yeah. Warren kind of had like one breakout year his senior year, so you do love to see consistent growth over time.
I like to go off of the Beast too, which is Dan Brugler. Mm-hmm. He's amazing. I trust he's like the Bible. The Beast is the Bible as far as the draft goes for me. He was Colston Loveland was the 11th best or top ranked player in overall in this draft for Dane. Now Warren was 8, but obviously they're different. Primary target with tools and upside reminiscent of Eric or Zach Ertz. So
look, this
I like
is
the pick.
This is a Ben Johnson pick. All like if you're gonna trust Ben Johnson, this is Ben Johnson written all over it.
Yeah.
So as in Ben Johnson, we trust. Like, excuse me, we trust, I guess.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
That is not what I was expecting.
Me either, man. But
all right, let's
go
ahead. Please.
I think we fumbled that hard. I mean, what do I know? Like I'm saying in my room, like I don't know shit. But if I had to guess, Loveland was not on the radar, I would say from 10 to 15. There's just no way with what those teams need. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
He was there. I think Tyler Warren, again, everybody had Warren, at least for the most part, above Loveland. So even if Warren went and Loveland's available and then they want to get him, I just think we really fucked that up. And again, we just talked about this so many times in the offseason. I'm like, I hope we draft a player that we know we can plug and play. He's going to be a top 15 or top 16, better than half the league at this position. We just need like competence. And it's just like, for me personally, and he's a very good player. Me personally, he does not give me that like relief of like, all right, good. We got our guy for the next 10 years down the road, you know? So I thought Tyler Warren was bad. This kind of sucks a little bit.
So, but this, Jack, 12 personnel. Johnson loves it. I think this pick is going to open up Komet too, because Komet he's never had a guy next to him like Loveland. He's always had, like you said, below average tight end 2 most of his career. So for me, in my opinion, this is going to open up Komet just as much as, Loveland. Like, I think it's just going to be stretch, basically get the matchups you want, whether it's commit on during this rep, you can have Loveland, who's a rookie, maybe exploit some, maybe down the seam a little bit more with both of them. I just think it's Ben Johnson. You just got to trust him here. Because I think, one, you can see it right here. He preferred Loveland over Warren, which I'm almost shocked by because when he talked about Warren, and maybe this is just throwing smoke up there. Do you guys remember that pod? Forgot which one it was, but he loved and talked, like, basically just sent a love letter about how he loved Warren's game. And I thought if he was there at 10, that meant he was going to draft him 100%. This is crazy. I just didn't see this type of switch up because of what he said. And he didn't say a word about Loveland. So again, I guess this just goes to show you that, I mean, the Bears keep shit really close to the vest because nobody outside of maybe a couple random ass mock drafts from maybe a few other people. I never saw any national media guys saying, hey, Loveland.
I looked at so many mocks, bro. I never saw Loveland go to Chicago. Now, Hayden Wicks, who works for Underdog, he's the director of Underdog. He's big in like draft prospecting and whatnot.
Yeah, I know.
He dropped a video and he was like, Chicago, you got your tight end one, the true tight end one. So he's saying he had him higher than Loveland. So I'm not Loveland. He had him higher than Warren, but
I think we could have gone back.
Yeah, that's fair. You got to take two to tango, though.
He can be a good player, and I'm sure he will be. But like my problem is taking him at 10. That's my whole issue.
So let me put this here. I think Warren was the safer pick. Loveland is the higher like a superstar type tight end where he can be just a touchdown machine, elite receiver, really exploit matchups. And I think Warren has that too. I just think Loveland has he has more tools outside on the receiving part. And then Warren he was a weapon too. It's just a tough one. It's a tough one, man. Because if Warren went at 7, I think I would have loved this pick even more. Because I loved Warren. I loved Loveland. This is a weird one, man. This is gonna be fun to talk about. However, you got to admit, I like the Bears going offense, right?
Mm-hmm.
Keep going offense. That's kind of a cool thing to talk about. Like as far as they didn't go defense. Obviously, they've souped up the defense and offensive line, especially the offensive line, and now they continue to go at the offensive part of the ball. I think that's just like so different, right? A couple of years ago when we drafted Roquan Smith, right, a linebacker in the top 10. Now you're taking a tight end in the top 10, but still it's offense. And I like that shift. And I think that's, basically Ben Johnson, right? In my opinion.
Isn't that just so Bears though to like pay Cole Kmet last year? Like that's Ryan Poles' move. It's not Matty Ryan Poles' move to pay the guy $11 million a year. And we draft a tight end within our top 10 pick. Like that just seems so fucking Bears to me, dude. That's what, like, again, it's like, I know he'll be fine like as a player. It's just like somebody said it earlier, like the optics just look fucking brutal.
Someone said that's what Cole Kmet gets for spending all that time on CHGO. Oh, shit.
That's
bro, Bears fans are ruthless with him. Oh, man. I like player pods. Keep that going.
Oh, for
I don't
sure.
like that take, but that is because he got a lot of hate for, I think, dropping a couple balls. I think people are kind of going at him on that, but oh, man.
Well, who did the 49ers take? Let's see who we could have gotten. Michael, okay. So he ends up being the first edge to go, minus Abdul. Okay. Man.
Oh, that's crazy.
Oh, man. It's interesting.
Fact, real quick.
Draft. Yeah.
You'll have fun with this one.
Okay.
Cowboys picks in. Who do you think they went with?
Omarion Hampton. Oh,
Again.
Tyler Warren.
To try again.
Offense or defense? Can you help me there?
Offense.
Crazy.
Oh, it's got to be a tackle. It's got to be a tackle. So I'm going to say Josh Connerly or Josh Simmons or am I missing?
It's kind of a weird one, man.
A lot of people had Matthew Golden going to them. Wide receiver.
You'd think.
Texas.
You'd think a wide receiver. No.
Offense. Tyler Booker, Georgia guard.
There you go.
Yeah, he's the best guard. That's
I saw him in second rounds, dude.
Well, that's because guards typically don't go in the first round.
Right.
Because typically it's tackles that get moved to guard.
Crazy.
No. But when a guard does go in the first round, they're literally – you think tackles hit? Look at the most guards that go in the first round. They have just as high as a hit rate. So that's probably a fantastic pick.
Oh,
like if we didn't do what we did in the offseason, obviously, which was definitely the move, like I would have been through the roof to get Tyler Booker out of Georgia. Or Bama. For Bama. Sorry. Wrong colors. But crazy. All right, what's the move at 39 and 41? I mean, look, we do have 2 early picks tomorrow. That's pick 7 and pick 9. That's
or we move up today. Move up. Hypothetically, it will never happen because I know how the Bears work. Just for fun, say like at 15 we move up, take Hampton, and we have Hampton and then Loveland. That to you, because to me, that would change my entire life. That would change everything I've ever believed in, thought, my morals, the way I view the world. That'd be the greatest thing to ever happen to me.
Could happen. I don't want to lose my second rounders because, Jack, you actually said it at the start of the show. We hit on them.
We do. If there's one thing we do.
Yeah, Jaquan Brisker hit, right, for like the value, right? Obviously, injuries happen, but he's a hit. Kyler Gordon's obviously extended. He's a hit. Cole Kmet, you get extended. You're a hit, even though you not got a replacement, but you got some competition. Then Jalen Johnson hit. So if we're looking at just second rounders the past 3 or 4 years, we've done a Jervon Dexter. He was a second rounder. He's looking like he's starting to turn into something. Now, Zach Pickens, he was third, though, right? Yeah, we went back to back.
He was not second.
Yeah, he was third. That one's a miss. But second rounders, Coles has been, and Pace.
Can I run this real quick? This is really interesting from Jordan Schultz. New Bears tight end Colston Loveland won over a lot of front offices throughout the pre-draft process, rising up boards on a lot. At 6'6", 248, with legit speed, he just broke the Wolverines single-season record of 56 catches. Big weapon for Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams. This is from Jordan Schultz. I like that. 21 years old, too. He just turned 21. 6'6", 248.
Look,
that's
so
crazy.
Look, I'm going to go through some pros and
2004.
cons versus him versus
fuck?
Tyler Warren, okay? And then let's see if this makes us feel any better, okay? So the Bears' decision to draft Colston Loveland at 10 over Tyler Warren can be justified in multiple different ways. First off, athleticism, age, and upside. Loveland is younger and more athletic. Like you said, Dave, he turned 21. Warren is nearly 23. Okay, so that's good. And also, when Warren was Loveland's age, which I talked about, Warren was a backup. He wasn't even getting time on the field while Loveland has played 3 years, all 3 years. I would say Loveland is way more explosive as an athlete, so he's going to be definitely more of a threat on the field, I would say. He's probably going to have more of a route tree. His route running is better. Loveland is praised for his refined route running and natural receiving instincts, making him a more dynamic and versatile receiving weapon. He lined up all over the formation, inline, slot, out wide, and even in the backfield. Now, I know Warren moved out a lot, but he was more like, I would say, slot and outside. And then while Warren did put up bigger raw numbers, Loveland accounted for a higher share of his team's passing offense, despite playing, again, this is Michigan, as we know, a very less pass-heavy, more dysfunctional offense because they had 2 quarterbacks that were both dog shit last year. So I think what we're getting with this and why it's not as, fun is that this is going to be a lot more projection, right? You're looking at the future impact of someone who's 6'6", like you said, Dave, 248 pounds, athletic, young, better route runner, and a better blocker. As we talked about, he's more the inline guy. Yeah. So you're getting an overall better, younger prospect, but a lot of that is going to go into projection. So
I like the pick. It might be unpopular. I think it's definitely like, if you wanted to get the people talking, national media, local media, this was the pick. This is the one. I really am curious to hear in a couple days, maybe tonight, tomorrow, if the Bears tried to move back right, and then take him, because I think he's there a few picks later too. However, Jordan Schultz just reported he's got kind of skyrocketed on a lot of draft boards and, you know, on many teams. I think it's even more. Has Tyler Warren went yet?
No.
That's interesting. Does that not show you?
What? You know what? We have 2 second-round picks, right?
Yeah.
39-41. Jack, you with me on this one? I need you to pay attention for this one. 39-41. Trade back up in, let's say, pick 18 or something. Tyler Warren. Run 13 set personnels.
At this point, we might as well. At this point. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Let's run 13 set personnel.
It's not even a bad idea because it seems like that's the kind of shit we want to do.
There is a comment here. I want to bring this up. Leo said, guys, this is a first-round pick. You don't do projections on a 10th pick. Actually, that happens all the time. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. It happens all the time. Sometimes it hits. Sometimes it doesn't. We'll find out. So I'm not too worried. I get it, Leo. I'm not too worried about projections on that because guess who was a projection earlier on? Best quarterback to touch the football. Patrick Mahomes. No one had him high. He was a projection. So much of a projection at pick 7 that they sat him for a full year to develop him. Every person's different. Every situation is different. The team they're going to is different, right? There's so many variables that go into it. That's why these guys can't get the evaluation right. It could work, it could not, but the projection idea, a lot of this is projection. A lot of these guys are young. Like even Travis Hunter. For sure. Even Travis Hunter is a projection. Can he play both sides? Now, if you were to say one side only, I'd say it's less of a projection, but trying to do both, right? There's all these questions that are unanswered. And this draft has way more players that are projections because it doesn't have a lot of blue star talent at the top than like last year's draft. So it's kind of what it is. And this is a good one, Obi. This is what I said on my tweet. I was like, look, got to trust Ben, got to trust Ben. So
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Like, it's not the sexiest pick. So I get why people, I don't want to diminish like what people are feeling. I'm not saying you guys should be 100% on board. No, I get it. It's not the most sexy pick. But just like with any of these picks, I can't go full on one way or the other being like, this is dumb. This makes no sense. Unless it was like a quarterback. That's probably the only position. But yeah, I can still question things. But I have to let this player play. I have to see how it works. We don't even know how our offense is going to be. So we got to let this all play out. And if you're so excited about Ben Johnson and the weapons, right? We talked about, actually, this is perfect. Ben Johnson was on the Lions where they already had a running back, David Montgomery, and they ended up taking another running back. People attacked Ben Johnson in the exact, well, not Ben Johnson, but they attacked Detroit's approach to the draft in the exact same way that they're probably attacking us now. And that ended up working out for them. I'm not saying it's going to work out for us, but that is that same perspective to be like, look, you don't know. These guys have so much information on these players and how they're going to use them and yada, yada, and yada, yada.
I want to give you a little pushback there, Fick, because I think this is a fun pick, dude.
With Ben Johnson at the helm? Absolutely.
That's what I'm saying. And to go back, to go a bit after this pod, after we all get done watching the draft, whatever it is, to go and look at the film a little bit more in depth. Because let's be honest, how many people really, really watched him closely, right? And dissected his game and then going to watch his interviews, see how he carries. From what I've heard, he's great. I mean, you watch Dane Brugler, his that's what you should go read. He does like a backstory, a background on these guys, each draft pick. And his is really awesome. Really, really cool, dude. Go read it. But I mean, he's.
Sorry, Dave.
What happened?
Can you hear me? Tyler Warren is selected to the Colts at 14.
Right. He was mocked there.
Yeah. No, it was funny. That's where Loveland was mocked. Is that what you're saying, Dave? He was mocked to the Colts.
Yeah, that's what I meant. My bad. Yes.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild because the Jets had Warren. Dude, that's crazy.
Because everyone had us going Warren, right? Or Jets, or earlier, right? And then a lot of people had Loveland falling to the Colts. And there was a flip. Kind
of interesting, though, in regards to, you know how we get those players that are always going to be compared, especially year one? Mm-hmm. I mean, Warren and 100%. I think they're going to be, but you got to think Colston Loveland's going to be in a better spot. I'm not going to do that. I know we talked about Caleb having a great, but you just think Ben Johnson, all this stuff.
He's 100% a better spot. Also, the Colts have Anthony Richardson. They don't even know their quarterback situation.
Yeah.
100% in a better spot.
So I guess Poles is good there. I just trust Ben Johnson. I've seen a lot of comments there, and I think that's what we have to do here on this pod as well. Like, we love football. We're all fans, right? I cover the team. You know, we cover this team in depth every single fucking week. We live and breathe, obviously, looking at these rumors here.
Sorry,
I just think at the end of the day, thank you for interrupting me, Ficky.
Sorry, my bad. No, I had to get you back for getting Jack. Sorry, I just saw Kenneth Grant go to the. I just saw Kenneth Grant go to Miami. I love that pick. But yeah, Jack. Yeah. I mean, Jack. Sorry, Dave. Everything you said though makes sense. Yeah.
I just think we got to trust these guys. There's somewhere you can kind of like.
Look, actually, I think we're burnt, and we have PTSD.
But it's a new regime outside of
no, 100%. I agree. I'm saying I think we just have PTSD. I'm just saying like the fans in general, right? Not necessarily us three, but in general, I think our trust level of GMs and coaches aren't great, which is fair because the results have shown that there shouldn't be trust, right? I think Poles has walked out of most drafts making the team. Actually, no, I'll say this. This might be a hot take. Poles has walked out of every draft making the team significantly better. Every draft. So it's only fair for me to think that he's going to do the same thing in this draft. And I know it's only one data point, but we have one first-round pick that Poles has made, and it was a hit. I don't care if you're like, oh, we should have Jalen Carter. Darnell Wright is still a hit, okay? Whether who you should have took, that's a different discussion. As long as we keep walking out of drafts, and I'm like, you know, we're getting players talent in the second round, we're getting talent in the first round, which is where most of your talent is, I'm going to be a happy camper. And we still have 2 more picks. So like, let's not. Can
I say something?
It's all over. Absolutely.
Let me report something here. Jeff King, Bears Senior Director of Player Personnel, on why the Bears went with Loveland over Warren. Tyler's going to be a great player for us. We just felt the alignment. He's going to be a great player for us. We just felt the alignment from coaching, scouting, everybody that touched both players, that Colston was the bet fit for us.
Okay,
makes sense.
Makes sense. Yeah, you had the opportunity to get. It's not like Tyler Warren went before, and then you're like, oh, we got to take Colston. You had the opportunity to pick who you wanted, and they went with their guy. So again, I think it's that trust. I'm going to trust that was the move that they wanted, and they did it. Now, do they want Genty over him? Maybe, but they didn't get the choice. So I can't be mad that they didn't get.
No, they
get two to tango.
They 100% wanted Genty. I think that's
sure. Who didn't?
That wasn't smoke.
Who didn't? Well, why wouldn't you? So, I feel better about it. So thinking about the second round, what position? Like, I don't necessarily need a player, but what do we target them? Because let's be real, we went more with a luxury pick with a tight end in the first round. So, do you look more towards need? You still, obviously, no. I'm a BPA guy. So
I think it's BPA the whole way through, honest to God. I think outside of maybe they're not going to double tip tight end, of course, but I think running backs high up there.
One of the 2 picks is running back. I'd almost guarantee it, right? We think, depending on how depending on how the board falls, of course, right?
Yeah.
Jack, who obviously Colston Lovelin's not like the most exciting pick for you. For all of us, that's fair, right? We can be happy about it, but what pick at 39 or 41 would you be like, boom, I'm back on board, right? You're like, okay, you know what? Colston Loveland, that's great. I've slept on it. I feel good about it. But what pick at 39 or 41, whatever, would you be like, okay, yes, I feel great about the collective of our first 3 picks?
Great stuff. Just because second round and like anything outside of the first gets a little like touchy feely, like, you know, where you're not fully sold on anybody really for the most part. That's why they're in the second round.
Yeah.
Some of these running backs I'm sold though.
Correct. The only one I'm sold on is Trayvon Henderson that would go second round.
I saw him going first. But yeah, that's not bad.
So like he's the only one that I would be like, all right, we're chilling. We got 2 skill position offensive guys. It'll be fun to watch them. As for anyone else, someone said in the chat, I think lineman. Yeah, a lineman would be nice.
What side? Are you talking offense or defense? Or either?
Offensive.
Do you not care? Offensive.
I think offensive lineman. Just a depth.
Like great. Do you think Zabel falls? He probably doesn't fall that far. Gray Zabel,
no, not that far.
Great. But
I think
Dakota State.
I think if we since we didn't move up from 10 to 5, we have assets where we can move up and take a baby step up 6 picks or something in a second. and grab him if we need. But that's what I mean. That would be really, I think, really beneficial and kind of reel us back in. Not that we were ever out. We're not out. Yeah. Don't mistake my unhappy. I just thought that we could have used the situation better. It's still it's a good football player going to a good football team. No matter what, we were leaving this draft becoming a better football team. There's no way you could get worse. So yeah,
I'm excited. I think I don't think Chicago's pulling in or trading up. I don't think they're going to do that. I think they're going to stick
I don't
here.
think so.
If they're going to move, it's going to be probably in that second, third. They're just going to move later on in day 2, in my opinion. So, boys, I know we've been going for over almost 2 hours here. Any final thoughts before we close up stream? But I promise you this: Bears trade up into the first. Maybe I'm just speaking from here.
I'll be back on.
We will go live.
Yeah, we'll be back. Yeah,
tonight. So we will monitor the draft. I'm still going to have it on here. We're going to have it on. I just don't think, and from what I'm hearing, reporting, or from what I'm seeing too, Chicago's not going to probably move back in. But if they do, we will have an emergency podcast. We will go live tonight or in the early morning, whenever this thing ends, to react to the pick. I hope you guys enjoyed this live show. I'm very, very curious to see over the next couple of days on how this pick kind of lands. I guess I want to, how I want to close the show is just final thoughts on this pick before we kind of get out of here. So I'll end it. Vic, I want to start with you. Colston, Loveland at 10. Final gut reaction.
All right. The Bears decided to take a little bit of risk and go with the higher upside tight end player, right? To use, I'm sure Ben Johnson, there'll be a press conference. He's going to come out and say, we took a weapon. He's not going to say this is a tight end. He said, we took a weapon in the same way that they took Jahmyr Gibbs in Detroit. And I will leave it with this. Ben Johnson, I'll say it again, Ben Johnson and Detroit got flamed when they traded back and took Jahmyr Gibbs, I think at pick 12 in the draft 2 years ago. Okay. He is getting the exact same treatment that with the pick with Colston Loveland in Chicago right now. But history shows it worked out just fine because Ben Johnson is an offensive mastermind and is able to get the best out of his players. What we noticed about this football team in the past couple of years is that the head coach and the coaches have not been able to get the best out of their players. So I feel more confident that it doesn't matter who they take. We are going to be in a better position to upgrade this team because we're going to have more competent, talent-driven head coaches leading the way that's going to be able to put Colston Loveland in different situations. When it comes week 14, week 15, this man's making big third down catches that we're going to be like, you know what? That pick may have been worth it. So I'm going to give the benefit of doubt to Ryan Poles and Ben Johnson that have shown over the past years. They know how to draft. They know how to improve the team. They know how to scheme up plays, and they know how to win games, particularly with Ben Johnson. And I'm just going to put all my faith in that until they show me otherwise.
I agree with all of that. I'm falling more. It may be unpopular, but I really like this pick. It's really starting to grow on me. Jack, final thoughts here, man. It's a tight end. May not be Warren, but I am curious here. Final thoughts on the pick.
Like I said, I feel repetitive a little bit, but I just thought we might have been able to move back a little bit if what most people had was Warren above Loveland. So that's just what I'm basing it off of. So with Warren going to 14, it just felt like we had a little room in case somebody wanted to jump up and make sure they got, I don't know. I thought I'd be a little more pissed. I'm not too mad. Like it is what it is. It'll be exciting to watch week 1, like you have a new receiver out there. It'll be fun. A 6'5" giant. So yeah, I mean, I'm not pissed. I'm not over the moon like I would be with Genty. I wish to God we went that route, but it is what it is. Life goes on. We got better as a football team, and we still have tomorrow and Saturday as well. So living the dream.
I like it. I think it's like I said, I think it's a really, really good pick. I want to also say this. The Bears are set at tight end now. That tight end room, hasn't looked any better.
Good.
26-year-old Cole Kmet, 6'6", 262. Colston Loveland, 21 years old, 6'6", 248. These guys are set. Kmet's here for 3 or 4 more years.
Yep.
Loveland obviously is on his rookie deal.
5-year
With
deal,
Caleb
so.
Williams here, winning now, this is a win now move. It's a luxury pick, in my opinion, going with this guy. But you got some twin towers, or maybe a horrible. I don't know. Are we allowed to even use that as like a?
We are now.
I don't know. All I'm saying, these guys are fucking. They're fast. I mean, Will Clement's not as fast, but Loveland's pretty fast. I think he run about 4.6, not officially, but 4.5, 4.6. I just think the Bears have 2 giant targets for Caleb Williams going up the middle, 12 personnel. I think it's gonna be a pain in the ass to deal with. I really, truly do. Especially when I think the biggest thing, if this was Matt Eberflus had the keys to this shit, yeah, I'll be fucking pissed. I'll be nervous.
100%. You couldn't even use Cole Kmet.
Ben Johnson we're talking about. Okay. Sam Laporta, weapon. He made, and I'm not the biggest guy on Sam Laporta, like the biggest fan, but Loveland, I think he's gonna be better. Higher ceiling, in my opinion. I love what these guys might be cooking here. So, like I said, if this was Matt Eberflus, I'll be fucking worried. I'll be pissed. I'll be livid. This is Ben fucking Johnson. You brought him here for a reason. He wanted Loveland. He didn't want Warren. You trust that? I think it's a home run pick. What?
I'm not mad about it. I'm not mad about it. It goes back to me and you said the same thing. It's about who's running the ship, right? It's about the coaches getting the best out of their players. The biggest upgrade this team made in the offseason, I don't care who they pick at 39 or who they pick at 41. The biggest upgrade they made this season was by subtraction, addition by subtraction, getting the coaches out of here last year and then bringing in a mastermind like Ben Johnson. That is going to raise just the floor of this team without them even doing anything, just because it's going to be a better run organization. So I'm excited to see what he can do with someone like that. And, with Sam Laporta, he broke out of the scene his rookie year, right? We could see something similar with that. Ben Johnson was in his second year, I believe, as the offensive coordinator, right? He's obviously got 3 years under his belt now, so he can definitely figure out ways to scheme Colston Loveland. So I agree, not to beat a broken drum, but I'm not pissed. We'll see how it works out, but I think they can do something with this, and we'll give it time. It's something to get excited about.
I'm excited too. Well, like I said, we've been going about 2 hours. We appreciate everyone that tuned in. We are going to go ahead and head out here. We will go live, like I said, later tonight if the Bears move up. We'll be here tomorrow. At least Ficky and I. Jack's still on the rocks here. I don't think so, right, Jack? Possibly. Probably not. So we will be here tomorrow. I think it's going to be even more fun with 2 first-round picks super early on too, right? 39 and 41. So if you enjoyed today, we'll be back tomorrow night to recap what Chicago does. So we, again, appreciate it. Like, subscribe, and we'll be back we'll be back tomorrow evening to recap day 2. Or actually, I think it's live. When does it go live?
Yeah.
I know this. I think it's similar. I think it starts at 4, but
yeah, a little earlier because they have 2 and 3 they got to go through.
Yeah. So we will be there. We'll try to be live for those picks as well. But we appreciate the support, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Peace.